And here we are with another Company Rules 2 replay. Spawn on the north side as, with all the weird color changes, let's just spawn the south side. Look at the south side. Spawn the south side as a red US player. We have Frodosynthesis. Their teammate as the magenta USF. We have Blizzard. And spawning as the orange British player, UKF, we have Ashkael. Ashkael or Ashkael. One of the two, and spawning on the north side as the Cyan OKW, we have I Am Legend, who's me locked in the Breakthrough Doctrine. As the yellow Austria player, who's me locked in the Jaeger Armor Doctrine, we have SMAW. And spawning as the blue OKW player, we have Hamburger, Helper, Beef Stroganoff. Or Stroganoff, not Stroganoff. Rear echelons on to capture the spot here, allowing the intersection push all the way forward. The intersection should get inside this garrison. It's a good hard point to allow them to buy some time to get into the his MG perhaps in the garrison. We got the rifleman or rear echelon have captured that point. Rifleman coming to support as well, so the Cyan OKW player will get double teamed. When seeing these two players, he may just want to back off. Just capture the fuel point, back off his Storm Pioneers with the heavy cover. But no, he's going to hop inside the Panzer Fusiliers, and the Storm Pioneers will be captured the VP itself. He will have 4 windows firing, but he will get way overwhelmed. He will capture this point. It's reinforcing Panzer Fusiliers just need to stick to this heavy cover. When you notice you're getting overwhelmed, just back off the heavy cover, fight to the most advantageous position, and bleed off your opponent. He does drop a model there, stops the capture of the fuel point. The northern fuel point has been captured by the Axis players. Let's make a quick look over here. Got Rifleman behind the heavy cover. He won't be able to win this fight, but he will be able to bleed off his opponent quite severely thanks to the heavy cover. Over here, yeah, intersections do advance. Both intersections are here, and the US mortar is now running on in. Ooh, direct hit on his own force, his teammates' forces. Oh, and that's Volksgrenadier's forced back. But like I said, just stay back into heavy cover and just bleed your opponent. If you can't win, just make them lose more. Rear echelon will come in for a nice flank. The Kubwagen could potentially knock them forward, or at least knock them around. Rear echelon trying to go for the squad wipe there, but it's unlikely they'll get the squad wipe. Rifleman still being engaged by the MG42 and the Kubwagen. Kubwagen has the same bit of fire there, and the rear echelon can get some good damage there, but they're forced to fire the Sturm Pioneers. Kubwagen may get taken out here by the rear echelons, but they're getting ripped apart. At the current rate, the rear echelon will get wiped. Yeah, the rear echelon stayed around for far too long. And the Kubwagen's like a couple bullets away from death. Rifleman still advancing the heavy cover, very nice, and looks like he's going to go forward for an incendiary grenade to make sure he doesn't get bleed out anymore. Though he does force his opponent to waste some munitions there, so very nice. Down south, or in the mid, we do have the Rifleman now advancing. I'm for some heavy cover, rear echelon captured the point. And the Pioneer squad will be potentially forced back relatively soon. And very soon indeed. Vickers set on up, a little bit behind heavy cover. The frontal models are hopefully can absorb the fire shots first. We also got a pair of Wehrmacht mortars here. Wehrmacht mortars are pretty good. We got rifle grenade being fired, does get fired, does not get cancelled, and nice dodge there. Part of it force there, throws out some US mortar smoke. Interesting, and I like it. Most of the time you just see high explosive all the time. Admittedly, I'm guilty of that, but smoke right there did allow him to sustain less damage, only if he was behind the heavy cover right here.
Ambulance taking the field.
1+1 point for good use of smoke, -1 point for not utilizing smoke to get back to some heavy cover. There's plenty of heavy cover for him to utilize, so he's sustained a lot of free damage there. The mortar, however, will get overran. Even if it does get decrewed, it's unlikely it's going to be actually captured up. The US mortar's not exactly that squad that you really want to risk a capture for. Though I think the Sturm Pioneer is going to eye for a salvage. Yeah, he is going to actually eye a salvage there. Panzer Fusiliers especially made forward. Panzer Fusiliers need to fall back. These infantry sections just need to look at the... Ooh, yeah. The salvage was an interesting idea, but not a good idea as we saw in the end. We do have a mortar being deployed now. We've got advanced emplacements for this British player. And it's east down south, and he's not any threat against him. He should be able to entrench this area quite well. Ooh, there's also dropped Vickers. Okay, that's just dropped Vickers, his Vickers, not a MG42. He needs to get rid of that resecured. Potentially could pull out Bofors help secure up that area. Looks like they maintain some good heavy cover there. Jägerlight infantry being upgraded the G43 as well. Jägerlight infantry does get their upgrade there. And however, does roll a miss there. We do got a pyrotechnic flare being thrown on in. The problem is the pyrotechnic, when in vision, it has really tight scatter. It probably will not even splash this Jägerlight infantry. And he knows that. He's going to stick right there. First round will come down and will probably land spot on. And get some splash on the Jägerlight infantry. And does utilize a sprint to get away from their artillery barrage. Very nice. Or just away entirely, but he was out of cover for a bit too long. A full retreat would have been a bit better. Jägerlight infantry will manage to fall on back. Down south, we do have advance here, including MG34, and the Vickers still decrewed. Pick up that gun. That is a good weapon to. Never hurts to have an extra MG. He does pick up the MG. He could throw one of these guys inside the building. In actuality, getting the guy both these MGs inside the firing against this mortar placement could be quite good. Because they do have higher arm penetration, they can get some good damage in. And if the MG34 gets Vet 1, armor piercing rounds can rip apart emplacements. Of course, oh no, that upgrade no longer exists, does it anymore? Bofors points can be upgraded to improve survivability. Okay, just Bofors gets increased armor. That's actually been removed from mortar placements. And of course allows them to fire white phosphorus. It's a mixed bag ability. I don't really like. If they're all focused on one unit, I'm fine with a mixed bag ability getting a certain unit a bunch of upgrades. But if it's like 3 different units, 3 different abilities or upgrades, I sort of don't like that concept. Just too much of a mixed bag. Looks like a lag is engaged in this mortar emplacement. Captured Vickers is sustaining quite a bit of fire there. Does get some suppression there thanks to supporting the MG34. Its new frag grenade there was actually thrown and wipes out the captain. Captured Vickers does go down there. Riflemen eyeing to throw their own frag grenade. That actually was not a captain, that was actually a regular rifleman. I thought there was a captain there. I must be going crazy. The captain must be actually was on a full retreat. Intersections pushing before wipes out that Panzerfusilier squad, so a lot of losses on the southern flank. And looks like Red has managed to harass the fuel point quite significantly. Yellow needs to plant an MG42 here. Not sure why there's not an MG42 there. I'm not sure why I haven't this MG42 in the first place. That may be why there's not an MG42 anymore. It must have been actually captured or fully wiped somehow. Good hit there with the Vickenwerfer. Pack Howitzer has deployed on out. Intersection here, receiving a bit of fire there from the Panzerfusiliers. Appears to be no 5-man squad upgrade just yet. Down south, we've got a massive group firefight here. Pack Howitzers are close range. There's the MG42. Rifleman's pushing way forward. We've got the half-track. Has repaired somewhat. So presses the Sturm Pioneer. Pack Howitzer firing a close-range shot. Gets a direct hit there on the Jägerlight Infantry. The Jägerlight Infantry, of course, only needs one model to be effective. Does have hold fire put on there. Slow responsive movement, but it was out of vision range, which is fine. Triple mortar there. Triple Wehrmacht mortar. A little bit overkill. I like 2. 3's overkill. Patrick tries to pushing the way forward, trying to get a good shot there on. No, had to hold fire. But the mortar should be able to finish off the mortar emplacement if they assume they don't get overran. Perhaps put this grenadier inside this garrison. It is out of out of Embrace, or Embrace, not Embrace. And the mortar placement does go down. We got the U.S. mortar still in the region. Panzer Fusiliers making their advance. Captain has been upgraded from M1919, so we do have the tactical support company deployed on out.
Capture point is under attack.
And his grenadiers will need to fall back relatively soon. Oh, he got behind that fence and looks like this prevents retreat. I actually never realized you could hop over that fence. There is actually a bit of an area there where you can actually hop over it. Mortars pushing their way forward, making some good hits there. Fresh mortar replacement has been deployed on out. We've got AT on hold fire state. And mortars now raining on in. This building is severely wounded, so best not garrison anything inside of it. One sneeze and it's down. Nothing to garrison, nothing to protect the mortars. The mortars may need to do a full retreat there, especially this one is quite wounded. MB-34 is getting some good suppression on in. Captain, however, does get suppressed there. And it looks like his mortar emplacements or mortar teams will be falling on back. Down south, we've got Kupwagen being salvaged. Looks like Red did another good time of harassing that fuel point. This MG42 here is a pretty good hard point there to help cover the sector from being overran, assuming it stays there. Could push it a little bit farther forward to the light cover with that fence, wire fence. Entries actually push the way forward. We'll find the G43's at point blank range. And he does throw a grenade there, and that's going to be a good grenade. Though the line of sight blockers are unable to gun down the rest of the models. Ambulance pushed on forward, getting some great healing. It's not healing up the M1 AT gun just yet. Good hits there onto the Rakenwer for forcing him back. A half-track is still alive. And we've got the rifleman Captain. Captain's behind some heavy cover, which is a great position there. The Eagle Infantry does soft retreat. Aggressive soft retreat back to the light cover and heavy cover there. Pack Howitzer will get a minor splash there onto the Volksgrenadier. Volksgrenadier do throw a nice incendiary grenade there, forcing him forward. Sturm Pioneer's getting focused down now, but he does sustain a lot of damage from that, and Pack Howitzer gets a deadly hit there. Again, Volksgrenadier squad may actually get fully wiped there. Captain and rifleman pushing the way forward, very blobby style. Lieutenant has been deployed on as well. Looks like a fresh lieutenant. Grenadiers are going to get overran by these forces as well. With his blob pushing his way forward, it's easy for this place to be overran. And a great mortar hit there, allowing him to get decrewed that mortar, no problem. And quickly claims him for himself with that lieutenant. Frag grenade thrown before retreating on back, but the lieutenant needs to fall back, and that was a decent mortar hit there. We got, looks like some sort of off-map artillery. It looks like a strafing run, P-47 strafing run. Cromwell's making his way forward. Rifleman and Captain pushing the way forward. We do have the Volksgrenadier behind the heavy cover there, so it should be good position there. But with that Pack Howitzer constantly firing, and they're actually not firing back, so he's getting some great damage from the Volksgrenadiers. Free damage, really. Cromwell's making his advance. We do see a bunch of Panzer Fusiliers here. A bunch of AT rifle grenades could potentially snare the engine, and likely he will get one. Does get one off. Goes for a good crush there. Does get the engine snare. Pack 40 does roll a miss there, hitting the terrain. Another AT grenade there. A little bit, didn't need to do that. Pack 40 pushes his way forward, and will find one hit there. And it looks like we'll not be able to finish off the rest of that Cromwell. Has hold fire enabled. Force fires the ground there. The cannon warfare fires and rolls we miss. Oh no, the cannon warfare is actually force firing the ground. Got some demolitions pioneers there. Stun grenade has been thrown by the Sturm pioneers as well. We do have the on me ability. And now that Volksgrenadier gets ripped apart by the captain. Looks like the captain has been upgraded with double bars. The Jaeger Light gains some damage by a point-blank range. The scope rifle that has less accuracy, but the other rifles do, of course, get more accuracy. Cannon warfare does get a good hit there, misses with the other one. In the middle, we do have, or down south, we do have the Ostwind and Panzerhussars making their advance. A lot of riflemen here, all of them upgraded of M1919s. Lieutenant's make his advance hasn't been upgraded just yet either. Ostwind does receive a hit there by the M1 AT gun. It is a deadly AT gun, so have to be very careful. Panzerhussars are falling on back. Panzerhussars will need to fall back, getting suppressed there by a Vickers gun right here. And we also got a 50 cal as well. AT gun could get some good damage on the Ostwind. Those quite wounded. Gets to get a shot off there. One more shot and it's down. Does use the extended range but loses vision. The take aim increases the range. Limits sight to firing cone. It's a really powerful ability. MG34 is going to be forced on back. And the Cromwell has his engine repaired. Perhaps we need to turn off hold fire. Bit of an artillery war. Let's see about the other doctrine. Of course, we know about the breakthrough doctrine. We know about, of course, the entrenchment doctrine, advanced placements. We do also have heavy cav as well as tactical support. Of course, we know about Jaeger armor and Overwatch doctrine, so you can deploy a Left 18. Another squad wipe there. Does get an AT grenade off there, as well some bazooka shots there from the Major and rear echelon. One of the rifleman squad did get wiped there, I believe. I think another one just got wiped there as well. Oops, hit my microphone, and we do have a full 2 squad wipes, no more riflemen, but those with Panzer IV return. I say that's probably worth for the US player, but that is quite a bit of a loss. They're also fully upgraded. It's actually probably relatively equal trade. Because now it only has a captain for combat, which is Veteran C3, able to sprint around, but we'll have trouble pushing. We'll have trouble with pushing power. Cromwell still has hold fire stayed on. I wonder if he actually realizes that's hold fire turned on. Now we've got the hold the line ability being activated. So around the 40-second mark, we'll see some aircraft being brought on in. We may see a bundle grenade there, though it's supposed to involve the supporting rifles and able to get some good damage there. But to hold the line, he will sustain a lot less damage there. Here comes the first aircraft, as well as aircraft over on the right side. Hitting the infantry squads now. And a good AT rifle grenade there onto the Sherman tank, snaring the engine. But we do have, of course, this vehicle crew and multiple cannon warfare hit there on top of the Sherman tank. And the Sherman tank does not. And there goes the Sherman tank. And looks like the MG34 was in the sector, so it did get some splash there. High explosive rounds coming on in from the mortar pit. U.S. forces does break through, forcing back the Lag, but he does find the Sheer Panzer quarters. He will not be able to capture up that Lag for his own purposes. On the left side, we have no fresh riflemen. He can deploy some Rangers. Maybe could I deploy a Ranger, but he's likely saving up for the Pershing. Needs a bit more manpower, and that's it. And I forgot to put a drink next to me. Fresh Calliope has been deployed on out. Pack officers raining on in. It gets a good hit there using the heat round barrage. Ooh, another direct hit there.
We got a new unit ready and on the field. Taking fire!
We do have some more and more rounds raining on in. Frodosynthesis raining on in. The Warperman gets some great hits there. Annihilates what appears to be both a Grenade Warfer and a 50 cal. Maybe that's a Vickers as well? No, that was already decrewed, but good hits there on both those squads. The Bofors, however, did not get splashed down. Calliope's coming for counter barrage. We'll get some good hits there onto the Grenade Warfer.
Our gun crew has been lost. Enemy Panther! Final positions!
Counter fire! Counter fire!
Looks like Cromwell's pushing way forward, trying to hunt down that Frodosynthesis. Has the hold fire state turned on. Making some model crushes there, but 2 anti-grenades does connect, getting engine damage. Decides to do a full retreat there, ensure that he doesn't actually lose some models, but actually retreats into the Cromwell, getting some model crushes. And still has prioritized vehicle turn fire on.
The enemy is determined, and we are down to 300 points.
Good hit there by the Grenade Warfer. The Grenade Warfer saw quite wounded, but without that gun actually firing, he's saying a lot of free damage there. And the Grenade Warfer may get another shot off there. He will have to go. Nope, does go down. He will probably go next to the Sheer Pants Quarter, which will likely make him go down. Yag Tiger's course now can be able to be deployed. Needs a bit more fuel and quite a bit more manpower.
Armor ready.
Pershing has to stay in a bit of a beating as well.
Incoming fire!
Good hits there.
Go ahead.
Does get a good hit there as well. On the left, over in the center, we do got the infantry sections making their advance. He does manage to pick up what appear to be a dropped Pentrick there. He's also being upgraded his own Pentrick, so there's going to be a double Pentrick equipped squad. There's also dropped LMG. Ooh, the Wehrmacht player must have dropped a lot of stuff there. Which, that could be a great item for the Jägerlight Infantry, yeah. It will help them support getting some good damage at long range, allowing them to get more rifle crits. That is an excellent weapon for the Jägerlight Infantry. You think Pathfinder's bars can be bad, but think about a Jägerlight Infantry with an LMG. Ooh, but the pack hollers were supposed to say hi. And the Jägerlight Infantry will have to say bye. Looks like a Panzer Warfare barrage rained on in there. We've got Frodosynthesis barrage raining on over here.
An emplacement is being
Does
attacked.
brace pretty early. Actually, one round. He must have threw a lot of rounds into a building. Heard a grenade.
The squad's gone.
Oh, squad went down. So I'm not sure what actually went down. Pershing now firing some shots in. We do got some bazookas pushing the way forward. A couple AT rounds, Grenade Warfer shots do come off.
Our capture point. They're trying to take it.
And the Bofors emplacement is fully repaired now. This upgrade, it does actually increase health. The armor prevents it from making it immune to bullets. But the health, of course, is probably a bit more, generally more important because he's not likely to go down to gunfire anytime soon as the Bofors emplacement. Panzer Warfare barrage raining on in. Large miss there, especially misses these rear echelon. It gets some smiter damage there onto the pack howitzers. Hold the line has been activated, and these Grenade Warfers could get ripped apart then. The captains need to just, well, literally hold the line, Grabs some strafes here, but looks like he does manage to back off, but just pushing on in now. Double hit there, one pen there by the Mechanwarfers. And here comes a strafe run, annihilates that Volksgrenadier. Good hits there on top of those Mechanwarfers. Jägerlight Infantry going to be sprinting away, maybe use some medical crates on themselves. And we'll get some models there. We've got some smoke being brought in as well. Panzerschrecks are pushing their way forward. Over here, we got the intersections making their advance. Those the crew, the Mechanwarfer. Osborne's pushing their way forward. Gets some great damage there. And good hits all across that line. Rifle grenade fired. No, that's a regular grenade thrown, and that Panzer Grenadier will go down. Another drop Panzerschreck there. And good hits there onto that Ostwind.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Over the right side, we've got a Churchill making its advance. And does get a shot off there on the intersection, severely wounding it. He may be able to throw out a tornado fire there, but gets nailed by that leg, forcing him to fall back. Shroom Pioneers do get gunned down there. Is finding Pest Faust, but will knock an engine snare, making it pretty pointless. King Tiger's making its advance. And it's getting some great damage in on those retreating intersections. Churchill won't be able to tangle with a King Tiger at point blank. He's gone for King Tiger and not for Jag Tiger. Which I suppose in this case, King Tiger is an excellent option as opposed to the Jag Tiger because he's fighting most against emplacements and not necessarily against vehicles. And King Tiger will be able to hit both just as well as the infantry. Churchill's being backed up the corner, does roll a bounce there. We've got multiple AT guns here, one Brit one loaded up. And that is a Brit one, even though they're both 6-pounders. Bazookas now push their way forward, getting some good damage there onto the King Tiger. Panzerfusers making their way back forward, and one of the allies backed off. What was that, one of the Axis players? So the blue Okadook player has actually backed out of the game, lost quite a bit, and these forces gets annihilated by that Suksafus. That Suksafus has been quite successful this game. Looks like he hasn't been able to hold this sector whatsoever the entire game, but
Area secured. In contact.
he lost most of his forces as well. Is the boy a left 18? Good mortar hits there. It's looks like starting to force fire the ground as well. Very nice. Like a more high explosive rounds coming on in from the pack houses. Who's got a Panzer Warfare barrage coming on in over here, I'm assuming? No, it's coming way over here.
Enemies are swarming one of our emplacements.
He has to pull out some Rangers who've been upgraded with some bars. Very nice.
Spell complete. What's next?
Does manage to save his medics as well by banding out, but he was not. The ambulance was not really any sort of threat. Getting some great healing there. Captain could perhaps sprint forward. Another Panzer Warfare barrage raining on in somewhere. He does avoid the barrage as well. Very nice.
Is sustaining fire. Rear echelon troops on the front line.
Another rear echelon squad. So it's gone for a third rear echelon. We got a reconnaissance flight coming out by Magenta. But there's also Ostwind deployed now. So he's getting some good hits there. And oof.
We're losing a capture point.
No model shot from that crashed aircraft. It still takes out models, right? Or did that get removed? I always forget. Vet 2 coming out by the Pershing. And that Panther Connect does throw a grenade there as well. Wait, I thought the Vet 3 was a grenade. Apparently it's Vet 2 is the grenades. And takes out the Shulm Pioneers. King Tiger's making his advance. Good damage there. Coming out onto the leg. And looks like got some more rounds raining on in. Getting some deadly hits there. One bundle grenade was thrown, but severely misses. These Rangers should be able to rip apart these Panzer Rangers, no problem. Has a horrible retreat path there, and that squad does get fully wiped there. Panzer Warfare Barrage raining on in, does get wiped on both of those Rangers. Panzer 2s are hitting out the Jackson. There's also a bazooka on this Grenadier. Fires, does get hit there, destroys the gun. Throws out a bundle grenade there onto the Captain squad. Over here, Churchill does go down to the Volcano Warfare and King Tiger. Volcano Warfare's down to one last model. Firefly is in the region.
200 points remaining.
And now the AT gun does get decrewed there.
Enemy causing trouble, trying to take one of our points.
Vaughan does get fully wiped there. Granted, that is an AI now. And Bazooka's also supporting the Volksgrenadiers, and that throws out another grenade there. Also got Callio Barrage raining on. Looks like just a general location over here. The Scion King Tiger is still getting repaired on up and center. We do have these forces captured up to that point there. And we've got bazookas now making their way forward. Multiple shots there. Does utilize the... Or no, that's just spotting scopes making him stationary. It does receive a shot there. Direct hit there onto those regular Pioneers. Not Sturm Pioneers.
Points remaining.
Panzer Warfare Barrage raining on in over here. He's giving some great damage all across that line. Over on the right side, we've got the Sherman Firefly sending quite a bit of fire there. One shot away from death from the King Tiger. And there it goes. Does use Spearhead right there.
The enemy destroyed a vehicle.
And right now he won't be able to get an angle off of those intersections until he turns Spearhead off. Now he can get a shot off on them. Looks like the Sturm Pioneer has been picked up himself up a bar. And we've also got a Sturm Officer now deployed on out. Another Firefly has been deployed on out. And maybe he has gone for advanced replacement. Maybe it's 17 pounder. We do got multiple grenades thrown. Stick grenades wipes out that intersection squad.
Squad knocked out.
On the left side, we do have another Panzer Warfare Barrage annihilates the captain.
Position is being attacked.
We have an Elephant Tank Destroyer deployed on out. And sent down south, we do have the mortar placement. Potentially could receive some hits there. MG can easily get overran by these Panzer Fusiliers. And the Calliops will come back away from those Panzer Fusiliers. 3-inch mortar emplacement, now receiving some hits, but of course, he's far away from death. Does get 2 anti-tank crack grenades there onto the Firefly, taking out its engine. but likely won't be able to get the kill there anytime soon. King Tiger's back at home getting repaired on, and he needs to fall back. No point in trying to rush down that Firefly. It's going to take another 6 more anti-tank rifle grenades. Six of Foos firing. Does not get any significant damage in. It actually just gets out of brace at the last moment.
The enemy are attacking one of our forward positions.
This model can still go down. Not a whole lot of lethal fire coming out from it. A lot of bazooka shots. All over the left side. Ooh, that guy's very, very stacked up. He needs to make spread out that squad. All 4 of the models are right there. One well-placed shot, and that squad's down. Here comes the Panzer Warfare Barrage, trying to hit the bazookas. Largely it was unsuccessful. Pins down the... Oh wait, that's an AI, of course. You can't tell an AI to do something that's just importantless. And Osasen does get fully wiped there. Does pick himself an LMG with the Rangers. And that's... Ooh, Rangers getting annihilated. And there goes the captain as well. Thanks to a well-placed rifle grenade. Calliope's now raining on in. And there goes the Panzer Grenadier. You got these Panzer Fusiliers trying to push their way forward. Get a direct hit there onto the intersection. Rolls a bounce there. And seeing quite a bit of hits there. King Tiger's making his advance, trying to get some good damage in, and does receive a bounce there from the Firefly. Anti-tank rifle grenade is coming forward. It will snare the engine there of the King Tiger. Jackson's going to be pursuing, and so is Firefly. They're quite healthy. Does get a good hit there. Rifleman going to be spotting. Does have a pair of Panzer Shreks actually crewed by those squads. Jackson gets another hit there. Firefly line up shot. Does take out one of those rifle squad over Six Goose. Another hit there. Beginner Warfare is also firing. Rolls a miss there with the Jackson. And does get direct hit there by an artillery piece of some sort. But it looks like Firefly may not actually go down. Wait, was that a mortar hit that took out that King Tiger? One vehicle destroyed. It was the mortar hit that got the King Tiger killed. Does get one of the models, or that squad retreating. That's just the retreating model. Pershing almost at Veteran 53. Next engagement should be able to get his Veteran 53, but there's also an elephant in that region. Thompson Rangers have found the fresh Jägerlight infantry. Of course, the Jägerlight infantry controlled by an AI will likely get fully wiped there. Though the scope rifle does manage to get one model there, and down. The AI's Panzer squad is pushing the way forward, does find some of these forces.
Tactical point being captured. Tank destroyer is ready for orders.
And the Shroom Pioneer squad will likely get wiped out there. Yep, it does. The AI's been losing a lot of squads, but the nice thing about it is he can throw away a lot of squads because he gets extra manpower. Look, the AI has 400 manpower, or 289 manpower with half the population consumed. He should be around 200 if he's a regular player. Pershing does push his way forward, does roll a miss there. Pershing and Jackson making their way forward. We got another reconnaissance overflight. The Osman's still alive, right? So it should be able to shoot down the aircraft, no problem. It says gotten 3 vehicles destroyed, selecting 3 aircraft. Has 4 getting some good damage in, but there's got a bunch of bazookas pushing their way forward. Getting some good hits there. And fire grenade thrown onto the Frodosynthesis. Does get some bounces there. Oh, no, never mind. Does take out that Panzer IV entirely thanks to those bazookas. Does drop a bar there. Pioneers may be eyeing for a demolition charge. Won't be able to do much at close range, though I suppose if they're not firing against the Pioneers, they don't get some great work. And the Pioneers actually do manage to get the kill. Picks up a bar himself. Elephant has a lot of targets in front of him, but not any support. Pershing's trying to make his way forward. Pershing's now at Veteran C3, nailing the Elephant. Getting some direct hits there. Evac rounds was utilized. And there goes the Warperman. And likely Yellow's going to just go overrun by all of these forces. Does lose his Elephant tank. Does have plenty of fuel, but not a whole lot of manpower for it. King Tiger's coming in response. No, that's a Jag Panzer. Looks like he lost his King Tiger. May see a pair of anti-tank rifle grenades. Yes, we will see a pair of anti-tank rifle grenades. Should be able to take out that Firefly in one shot. Firefly does go down. And looks like the Panzer Fusiliers will manage to fall back.
Block off. The capture point is being overrun. Our supply line just got cut off.
We do have the Panzer Grenadiers making their advance. And Stuxafus barrage rolls a miss there on the Riflemen. Another bundle grenade, multiple bundle grenades thrown, but we've got Callio barrage running on. Maybe able to take out these Panzer Grenadiers. Looks like he does not. And here comes a Panzer Warfare barrage annihilating those forces. Pershing starting to make his way forward. We'll find the Frodosynthesis squad controlled by the AI. And doesn't actually throw a grenade there. There it goes. There's the grenade. And it looks like the Frodosynthesis does drop its LMG. So has a Panzerstrike equipped. So that's a free LMG for these forces. We got a Vickenwerfer hit there onto the Pershing, and also a kill there onto the Vickenwerfer. Yellow's starting to try to crawl back in the game. It just doesn't have enough manpower. Getting out another Osman to take out the aircraft.
Forces are securing our territory.
And it looks like Red will go ahead and capture up that fuel point. Stuxafus pushes its way forward. Finds a direct hit there on top of those forces. And takes out quite a bit of models there. Panzer Grenadiers do wipe out that Vickers. This Vickers, however, still half crewed. And the AT gun does get decrewed there. But we got the lieutenant and the rifleman pushing the way forward. We'll see a stick grenade there onto the Vickers. And the Vickers does go down as well. This Panzer squad will not be able to remain in the region all for too long. Got high explosive rounds being loaded up by the Jagdpanzer. Bundle grenade is thrown. Getting good hit there on the Rangers. But the Rangers should be able to win on out. The Allsword's going to push his way forward. May get a wipe there on that Ranger squad. 3 Calliope is a lot of artillery. Direct hit there onto the Sheer Panzer quarters. Does take out the Kupelwagen there. And also it's starting to make his way forward, getting some great damage there onto the rear echelon. And the Sheer Panzer quarter does go down. We got an AT gun here, not set on up. Patrick's making their advance. And Pershing does get a nice grenade off there. Calliope barrage raining on in, hitting these forces, does shoot down the reconnaissance aircraft. Once again, Panzer Grenadiers do go down. That's why the Axis just surrendered with the AI. Yellow's getting battered and bruised, fighting against too many people for too long. Oh, that was finally recruited by Obstvassen. Interesting. Volkswagen do miss the grenade thrown by the Pershing and does go down. You may see a high explosive barrage, but he's just going to nail that Jagdtiger. Does throw a stick grenade there. Good damage, gets some good damage in. It does get a pair of anti-tank grenades off. And there goes the Firefly even more. Churchill's trying to make his advance. Oh, my game almost crashed. I wasn't sure what. Maybe another down HQ. Pershing, however, does get stunned by, I think, an AT gun. Yeah, by this AT gun here. But will manage to escape on out there. Panzer II cannot deal with a Pershing. Looks does go down. I keep on seeing like looks like a building or slit trench icon here. I think it's related to the repair engineers. And it's got pretty quiet all of a sudden. See, Orange has applied a Panzer IV against all the armor seeing. The Panzer IV is a horrible idea. Stug will do a bit better if he wants a cheap anti-tank option. He doesn't really have, and he has also one for anti-infantry.
We must stiffen our resolve. We are down to 75 points.
And those Jacksons are alright missing that pack howitzer. Volks Grenadiers go down. And it looks like Blue's eyeing for another science eyeing for another advance. Does throw a rifle flare. We've got some smoke rounds being thrown on in. Hold the line has been activated. Calliope raining on in across the region. Getting some good damage in. Takes out the MG-34. Oh, was that a capture Vickers? MG-34.
We are close to defeat. 25 points remaining.
And it looks like the mechanized HQ will go down no problem. Oh, I do have a drink nearby. Just to my right rather than my left. Looks like Air Force trying to make their way forward. A lot of Jacksons here. Panzer Force will not be able to win out versus all these Jacksons. The AI has deployed out a King Tiger. And it looks like the King Tiger will be falling on back. And there we go. The replay is now over. This is Grade saying thank you for watching and signing off.